Hi everybody, it's the Thunder Crash crew again, and we're actually doing a playthrough. And we might, this one's a small one too, so we might actually finish it. Say hello, Josh.
Hello.
Josh, Jeff. That's weird not having him here.
Ib, a free-to-play PC horror survival game.
That is scarier than Resident Evil 4 in every way. And sorry about the bad quality in this one. For some reason, the quality turns to shit in Premiere Pro, so I had to rent. The rest of them kind of look fine the way I watched them. After rendering them through Movie Maker, oddly enough. And yeah, I don't know why the quality's so bad though. For Premiere Pro, a much better editing program, but this is Ib. And although it doesn't look like it, this game is a horror game.
Yes, I was going to say maybe it's something to do with the bit rate.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with that. I really think it's, Premiere Pro because I don't know what it does whenever it renders because I didn't edit that at all or anything. But to say the basics of it, it's basically you walk around and solve puzzles. Mm-hmm. And try not to... Well, the game's trying to make you shit yourself, obviously. Normally I don't do this. I go around the gallery and talk to people. Normally I just try and go on with the playthrough, but I decided maybe I should check the gallery out.
Well, some of the conversations you have here do come back later on, don't they?
No, but some of the paintings come up later. They return.
That's probably what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's what I was thinking, but it's not what I said.
What's this painting? Gallifrey Falls No More. Very interesting. Did you get that?
No, I didn't get it.
It's a Doctor Who reference.
Oh, speaking of Doctor Who, I was talking about that earlier with my friend, and he was saying, like, everybody watches it. Why don't you watch it? I never hear about it here. Only with my UK friends, but he's like, no, everybody here watches it. And note how it's nice and bright outside, because... Oh, this guy's important. That guy with the crazy hair and the blue trench coat. That's why I'm like, that.
Yes, this game is actually set up like an RPG.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least it reminds me of RPGs.
It's set up like an RPG. It's actually made on RPG Maker, which you can download, but you have to pay for it, and I don't want to pay for it.
Oh yeah, I think I used that a while back.
Yeah, there's a free version, like, for a month every time.
Yes.
And you can keep getting the free version over and over again.
There's also if you look in the right place, you can find a cracked version.
Mm-hmm. I tried getting a cracked version, but I just gave up on it. It looks pretty cool, though, to use RPG Maker. Also, we probably will have copyright strikes, I guess, as long as I turn the music down enough, because a lot of this music's kind of copyrighted. Or at least not native to this game. I think Gary's theme and maybe one other theme in this is actually an original piece, but other than that, they're all random music taken from random places. But what's going on here is more art looking at, but after all this art looking at, which is what I'll call it, something weird happens at one of the paintings. And
yes.
Stuff happens.
I'm trying to figure out what these the sculptures look like.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like the quality's not too bad. By the way, look at this painting. And then, stuff will happen. Of course, I think I mess up a bit, because you're supposed to go this way, and then go downstairs and come back up, but I think I didn't do that. I think I looked around a bit. A few things that you will notice is that Ebe doesn't know some of the words here, if you decide to read the dialogue, and that's because apparently words are harder to get in Japan. Oh, and I never looked at that before. It just happened. Actually, I find a few things that I've never looked at before. And one that just made me send chills down my spine.
Ooh.
No. Scary things.
This is like Silent Hill here. We've entered the middle realm.
But there's a surprising lack of rust. And more rust. Huh. So you're just gonna want to go downstairs. Although you'll notice I like to compulsively save at every save point ever. I don't know why I decided to read this now. It's kind of unimportant. But now we go into a painting. It's Mario 64, basically.
The rose represents your health, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And oh god, the hair is coming out of the painting. And apparently Eve's a thief. But yeah, it's your life force. You start off with 3 health, but when you refill it again, it gives you 5 health. And oh no, the stairs are gone. That means we're stuck here. And those are going to be our save points for the rest of the game. But here becomes the puzzle aspect. And also the aspect of if you have your headphones on too high, you're probably going to maybe shit your pants. I don't know. It depends on how easily scared you are. Like that there, that can scare you if you didn't know it was coming or not. But yeah.
Now these paintings in a sequence, do they mean anything?
Not yet. These ones do because it goes prologue, chapter 1, chapter 2, last chapter. And it goes off like that. You're supposed to grab the ant painting, by the way, and do that. And there's the last picture I decided to look at for some reason. I decided to explore a lot more in this version of this playthrough. Because normally I don't explore. And I thought that cutscene was automatic before. And then I had to start moving. If you go back in there, the mannequin's gone. Just so you know.
And we'll be seeing a lot more of the mannequins later on, won't we?
Yeah, the mannequins are sort of main enemy thing.
Oh,
and this room.
I was going to say that last room reminded me of that cat thing from Studio Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli.
Ghibli Studio.
Ghibli Studio. That sounds like I've heard that before, but I don't remember where it's from.
It's like a big cat thing. It's my neighbour something. It's a big thing in Japan.
That explains it. And that turns the music off. And if you have your volume up enough, you can hear the paintings moving around. You can never die here, though. Well, you can, but you'd have to be pretty crap to die in this part of the game.
Yeah, it's a tutorial.
Oh, thanks, Skype. Thanks. I'm glad that Billy is online. Thanks. You can go away now. Oh, okay, it's gone. Good. I think that's the only time that happens in the playthrough. Hopefully. Maybe your name will pop up, Jeff. Also, what you're supposed to wait for is, that.
I'm wondering, if you played this and you didn't know that happened, how exactly would you know what to do there?
I had to look up a guide a few times in this game, and that was okay. I had to look up a guide a few times when I first played the game. Because I first saw the Brain Scratch playthrough, then I saw this, then I played this game, and I still had to look up random walkthroughs. No, I watched part 1 of the Brain Scratch playthrough. And then I played the game and stuff. Also, you're going to want to remember what those colored X's are, because they're numbers. And they correspond with everything in here. I'm not going to pay attention to what color the numbers are here, though, because you can just find that out on your own. Now, the Liar's Room puzzle is a bit weird. I think it's the brown one who's always right, but everyone who tells you that someone's right, like which one is telling the truth, they're not telling the truth. So if like I think the white one says the green guy's no, he doesn't apparently. Well, one of them says I agree with the yellow one, so don't agree with the yellow one. Brown one's the only one no one agrees with, so he's obviously telling the truth.
Ah, yes. It's kind of like a variation on the old riddle. Do you know the one where you have two guards? One always lies and one always tells the truth.
Oh yeah. And what was that? And then they all say liar. This is a happy game, right? Now, the game's not as scary when you meet up with Gary, who's... I think we meet up with him in the part. I don't remember. Gary's pretty early on in the game. There's another character we find, but she's not until later. But basically, you're only going to be playing as Zib for a while. Which is actually pretty amazing. By the way, I pulled up my calculator there.
And that character has, yeah, he has something. I mean, oh, he has a different ability.
Gary, he's basically... you'll find that you can't push things as Ebe. And Gary's just basically the guy who pushes things. And he's also the guy who helps you read things too. So like if there's something you can't read in the gallery there, you end up going... I'm not going to... Actually, I won't spoil it. But Gary helps you read things. Like, if you were alone with Ebe, she wouldn't be able to understand some things. And Gary would be able to understand that, so... Yeah. So what we do with the apple is... you remember those lips at the start of the area? That's douchey. We're supposed to go over there again.
I was about to say that I think those dolls have got things mixed up. Mean you're supposed to hang the paintings in a gallery. not yourself.
That's a bit dark, but okay. This is pretty obvious, though. Now, that painting there... I was like, huh, it looks like you can go over there. I wonder what happens if you do. And then I saw that thing, I was like, oh, maybe that thing pops up out of nowhere. Right? So then I noticed this small path here, and I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why, but when I read it, I just didn't feel good after. So I don't know how long this part goes on for. I just wanted to get out of that room like as soon as possible. I don't know why, it was just so creepy. Anyways, what do you think's happening so far? What do you think? What I'm trying to say is, what do you think of this game so far?
I really like it actually. I think it's really good use of a gallery format. In fact, it makes you wonder why some big developer hasn't used this idea in a horror game before.
Maybe I'll send this game to you after the playthrough or whatever. After this part, maybe. Yeah. No, actually, how about after we're done recording the game? Because we should probably have this tonight.
Have you watched Friends, the sitcom?
I have seen some of Friends, yeah.
I was going to say there is an episode where Phoebe has those scary paintings.
I haven't seen that one, no.
No. Then it's lost on you.
Oh, look. I like this little video here, but I also hate it because it's kind of creepy. So, basically, there's a coin in one of the slices of the cake. And someone eats the coin. And it also has that sort of anime thing where, the people who have colored hair are the more important characters.
Ah, yes.
So basically, what's going on here is... well, it's kind of self-explanatory. I should not explain it. Oh look, there's the coin that's supposed to be in the cake. I wonder where the key went. This is the only movie of the game, though. And if your game crashes here, you'll have to play back up to that point again. But you can also go and find it inside the movie folder if it crashes on you. It normally doesn't crash on you if you're recording the game, though. And she doesn't actually open the door for you. You're supposed to push the book in. And there you go. But if it crashes, all you'll have to do is just look at the movie through the movie folder. And then you're good.
Oh, yeah. Seems like a major flaw, but...
I think what's supposed to happen is after the movie, you finish the movie, she will unlock the door, but... yeah. Also, who's this? I forgot you had to take the key from her first at one point, actually.
Well, I think to do really advanced stuff with RPG Maker, you need to use code, and they use a language called Ruby, I believe, which is similar to JavaScript.
Oh yeah.
And I can't really program anything, so.
Yeah, I don't know how to program either. I think my uncle knows how to program, so. But I have no interest in programming at this point in time, so. Yeah. Anyways, Gary has a blue rose, if you haven't been able to tell at that point. Also, there's an inventory system, but you can't look at any of the items. All it is just to show that you have those items. There's no real point to it. And I love Gary's theme. It's nice.
So, yeah, he was one of the patrons we saw in the very first part of the gallery.
Yeah, he was in the gallery with you and stuff. And I'm gonna spoil one of the endings now. If you don't go for the perfect ending, Gary never remembers who you are when you leave this place.
Oh yes, amnesia. Another anime trope.
Yeah. And I don't think Ebe remembers Gary either, although I don't remember. Ironically. Not ironically. I don't know what the word for that is. Anyways, I think I save up here. What you're supposed to do is grab a key. A ring, actually. And that's what you do there. But how do we get that ring? Oh well, we'll find out next time. On the next part of Ebe. See you guys later.
Yep, join us then.